Peace and blessings. Greetings, beautiful kings and queens. It is so great to be back. And that's why I'm here to say I'm back. it's been such a long time. But it's been a little minute since I've been live. And I just wanted to say that I'm glad to be back and I'm excited. There's so many things that I am looking forward to. The last time I was here, it was to talk to you about the census because that's what I was doing. I was working as a field supervisor for the Census Bureau, and that is complete. Um, and I'm very grateful for having had that opportunity to be a part of getting us counted. A lot of things went wrong. I don't know how it's going to end up. The 45th push for it to be ended, and then it didn't end, and it started. It was just a lot of mess, honestly. But we did our best, and we'll see what happens from here. As we are in the election season, and I'm not really, my purpose was not to have a political conversation. However, it's just uh, relative that the census is what determines the count, which determines the number of seats, legislative seats we get, which is equivalent to the electoral college votes. And as you well know, let's not get it twisted. Uh, who becomes president is not determined by the popular vote, as we learned with Hillary Clinton. She won the popular vote, but dun dun dun, who won the electoral votes is now the, I don't want to call him a name, is the president that we now have, and we have an opportunity to vote out on Tuesday. Real talk. Yeah, it was very important and very meaningful, but this is very meaningful to me to be back, to be able to talk to you, and to share everything Queendom, everything royalty, because that's who you are, that's who we are. So, just a few quick announcements. I'm excited about being invited to participate on a panel in a virtual convention. Next weekend is the Natural Hair Industry Convention, and it's going to be 2 days, I believe the 7th and 8th, and it's live. And I have been invited to participate by one of my mentees, none other than Master Pioneer King Kafele. I call him King Kafele. His name is Tondo Kafele, and he's on IG as the King of Locks. Um, he's a Master Pioneer. And the sponsor, Diane Bailey, Master Pioneer, I will be participating with her, as well as Ona Osario Maat, who is a Master Pioneer, who created the locksmith technique, which is based on the African tradition and ancient Kemetic Egyptian tradition. And so we're going to be talking and contributing, hopefully, to the generation that's here now and to you, to have a conversation of legacy proportions and having to do with natural hair and culture. So that's going to be wonderful, and I will come back next week and give you more information. What else? Oh, the other thing, so I am going to open up a Queen's treasure chest of beads. So I'm a beadaholic. I confess, especially years ago when I started, I was I was just getting beads from everywhere, and obviously to create the beautiful hair jewelry, um, that has become my prayer and my passion. And so I have a basement full of all kinds of beads, and I'm in the spirit, have been in the spirit of cleansing and getting rid of things and sharing things and being generous, because that's what time it is. I mean, it's always that time in life, but this pandemic, from when it hit beginning in March and we all was on time out, a lot of us went into the corners of the rooms, the places we haven't been, in drawers and basements and so forth, and began to clean while it was quiet. And that's a therapeutic and a beautiful process to always be engaged in, to be cleansing and clearing and making room for new things to come in, and to put order, a certain kind of order into your life, and to deal with uh, your decor, your palace, creating an environment that makes you sing. So last time I was here, I was sharing, this is part of my Queendom culture conversation. I was sharing with you, showing you the window treatment, and I had very, ooh, just the exotic pink sheer curtain there with the purple, black. I think that's when I brought black in, which I would have never thought. But I'm still vibing with the black and the ebony. And so I've made this next treatment, which is behind me, and I'll share a little bit more about that one next time. I'll go into it a little bit more. But and now back to a fall and winter energy, which that's what we do. We respond to the changes in seasons, and I believe that they are turning back the clock this weekend. I believe it goes back. I hate when they do that. Like, leave time alone. Like, just leave it. Like, on always changing things. Like, leave it. So anyway, it'll go back. But, and I hope you're paying attention to yourself, melanated people, because when fall comes in, it affects us. When there's less sunlight, we change it. We all do as human beings. And so I've been very aware. You might find for yourself that you want to rest more, almost like the bears. You want to lay down, your energy level shifts. There's less sun. You got to watch your moods. If you're a moody person, you better watch your moods. But pay attention to yourself and know yourself. That's part of maturity, right? And tuning in spiritually to know yourself. So, I hope you like what I have here. This is my little, the vase here has some beautiful white um, and summerish elements that time, and this is something different. So we will, all that's to say that I'm looking forward to continuing conversation, Queendom culture, and about creating a palace, the Queendom's Palace, and as well as other things dealing with the crown, which very vast, very vast. Being queen is not, the beginning of it is the palace and creating that environment. And there's so many other aspects to it. And those are the things that I'm looking forward to sharing with you going forward. Anything else? So the bead store, Queen's Treasure Beads Chest, I don't know. The conference coming up, and the weekly Queendom Talks. And I'm going to begin to share with you the beautiful creations on a more consistent basis, especially now that we have, those of us who are artisans and entrepreneurs, we're no longer doing shows on the road, and so this is our way of sharing. So I'm hoping to be more consistent and to be more expansive, to actually show you more of what I'm doing. Most of a good deal of the stuff, I have my main website, which you should know by now, is NewBein.com. That's NewBein, the phone. NewBein, NewBein.com. That's like a brand new being without the G. Been that way since 1992, New Being. And then on my Etsy store, I've been working more with that lately, putting more of the ponytail, uplift your ponytail, uplift your tail stuff up there, because it's honestly it's a little bit easier to do than working with the website. And so that's it. That's where you can kind of keep up, and I'll be coming sharing more with you. And I hope you're maintaining in this, I don't want to say crazy world, but in this world that we now are living in. It's good to be alive, we know that, but there's a lot going on. We're a couple of days away from election, and I know we are mostly praying for a change, and I hope you voted. The majority of us, I think, voted. Some of us that may be hanging out on the corners in front of the buildings, we got stories about why we ain't gonna vote and it's the worst of evils and all of that. But to not vote is to vote. And so you don't get to complain when you don't participate and you don't take responsibility and you don't make an effort. You don't allow your voice to be heard. And I don't, there may be people who disagree with that, but it's okay. Um, yeah, power. Use your power in whatever way you can. And so, with that being said, I'm going to bid you adieu. Good night, bonsoir, and stay beautiful and stay safe. Until the next time, peace.